Saving money in your 20s can feel like it's impossible, whether it's saving while you're going to school, which can be very, very hard in and of itself, to when you get out of school, suddenly you're like, cool, I've got a job, it's awesome. And guess what? You have student loans that you have to pay. It can feel so overbearing to save money when you're in your 20s. But as someone who's in their 20s and has been saving money for a decent amount of time now and who's been through quite a financial struggle to get here, it's possible. I promise it's possible. And it doesn't have to be some gimmick where you sign up for an app and they automatically round up your transactions and invest that money or put that money into your savings account. And while that can be a great place to start, that's not what we're going to be talking about here. It's simple. It's something you can do no matter how much money you earn, whether you earn $1 million or $1 billion in a year, or whether you earn $1 in a year, you can do this. And it's something that is truly going to compound over time and allow you when you're, in your 40s, 50s to sit back and go, wow, I can't believe that number is up to this now. It's such an empowering feeling to have that happen. And truthfully, I've not had that happen in a big way. I've had it happen in a small way. And it's empowering to have that happen. So let's go ahead and let's go into how you save money on your 20s. This is Achievable Finance. Welcome to the channel. My name is Nick. Let's jump on into it. The truth of the matter is it's pretty simple. We teach one thing in Achievable Finance when it comes to saving money, and that is the 10% rule. Now, we also encourage upping your savings as much as you can. And that means, taking things like, if you cut your Netflix account, go ahead and save that money until you get Netflix again or something like that, right? But overall, the 10% rule works 100% of the time. Whether you cut expenses, don't cut expenses, it doesn't matter. It's not based on expenses at all. It's based on your income. And it says that no matter what, any dollar that you earn, you save 10% of that amount. So if you make $5,000 in a month, you would save 10% and put back $500. If you make $50,000 in a month, you would take 10%, put that $5,000 back, and there you go. That's how much you save. And as I said, it scales over time, no matter how much you earn. So, if you're working at fast food where you're getting through college, let's say you're earning, $100, $200 a week. You'd just be setting back $20. But when you graduate, woohoo, let's say you get out, you're a lawyer. You go into a job making $60,000 a year. Suddenly, you're sitting back $6,000 a year guaranteed. That's now sitting back, and that's building yourself up quite the nest egg. So that's something that you can do every single month, and you can make this happen automatically. And that's something else that's so important about the 10% rule. It has to happen automatically. I guess it doesn't have to, but it's very, very easy to do it automatically. Which is to say, tell your employer when they direct deposit your check to put 10% into savings and 90% into your main checking account, right? Pretty simple stuff. We also recommend that you put it at like a separate bank, completely different bank. That way it's so much harder to access it when things do happen. Now, at first, you're gonna be using this 10% to build up your emergency fund. And we have an in-depth video, an entire, very in-depth video, linked to the eye at the top of your screen as well as in the description down below on emergency funds and how to save those up, how much money you should be having in your emergency fund, how many months of emergency fund you need set up. All of that stuff is covered there. But I wanna talk about once you've got your emergency fund set up. We've got that in-depth video there. What do you do after that? Well, you invest. That's what you do. You invest into the stock market. Now, there's tons of different ways to do this, and honestly, I'm gonna make a recommendation here. I'm not an investment advisor in any way. I am not a licensed investment advisor. I have no say in that, but we're gonna be using broad market S&P 500 style index funds here. Whether it's a true market index fund or whether it's an S&P 500 index fund, results are gonna be relatively the same, plus or minus a few points of a percent, and you're gonna be impressed with what this can do. So I'm gonna go ahead and assume that you're making the median household income in 2017, which is the time I'm recording this video, is the last time it was easily reportable, right? So in 2017, the median monthly income was $2,648.84 in the United States. Now, if you took 10% of that back, right, it would be $264.88, sitting that back every month. Now you've done that for a few years, you've got 6 months of emergency funds set up, you're good to go. Now it's time to start investing and start taking advantage of that compound interest. Let's say you're compounding at a very reasonable 7.5%. Again, the S&P 500 is compounded at 7.9% since its inception. So we're going conservative at 7.5%. After 40 years, you would have $727,128 and I believe like 4 cents. And that's just by saving $268.88 a month over that 40 years and investing it at 7.5%. Very, very simple, very, very easy. Now, if you go ahead and you up that income, right? Let's say you up it to the median household income. right? Per capita income was $2,600 a month. But the household income, so let's say you and your spouse combine, you both are gonna save 10% of your household income. Suddenly, your household income boosts up to where now you're making $6,328 and some change per month. Then you're gonna be saving $632.81 per month. And then on top of that, you're gonna be investing it at 7.5% per year. That's gonna total out at over $1.7 million by investing $638 per month over 40 years at 7.5%. That's not bad at all. And honestly, you can do this tax deferred in something like a Roth IRA, and suddenly you are able to live in retirement without any worry. And that's what's so important about saving 10% of your income every month. It allows you to build that emergency fund. That right there is financial security. That is knowing that you're not gonna have to go in debt if you lose your job or if you have an unexpected expense. And then it allows you to build financial independence through investing. And not anything you have to manage the market. We're just talking about buying the market every single month in a one index fund. That's it. You know, you can set this up on Vanguard or M1 and just leave it and have auto investing turned on and recurring investing and just leave it. And you're not gonna have to worry when you get to retirement because that is happening automatically if you're just saving 10% of your income. And as your income goes up over time, right, you may start at being able to save $100 a month. But then by the time, you know, you're retired, who knows what your income goes up to? You could get into the $6,000 a month range. You get into the $600 a month range. You could save $1,000 a month by just saving 10% of the income you make every single month and investing that into the market after you've got your emergency fund. And that's how you save money in your 20s. Just save 10% and make it happen automatically. And then once it's happening automatically, go ahead and start investing it because that compound interest really adds up. And that's why you can sit back 20 years, 30 years from now and go, wow, thank God I watched that YouTube video. In truth though, in 30 years, you'll be sitting back and you'll be so grateful for the fact that you started young, you started investing now when you're in your 20s to compound over time and build up that income. So that's how you save money in your 20s. Not gonna overcomplicate it more than that. It's pretty simple. Just save 10%. That's it. So you gotta remember, just save 10%. Your word of action here is go to your employer, right? Tomorrow, go into work, go to HR, go to whoever you need to that manages your direct deposits and say, hey, start moving this much into my savings account. And if you don't have a savings account, I guess start there. Set up a savings account, then go to your employer and say, hey, here's the account number, here's the routing number, route 10% of my paycheck into that every single month, and then keep up with that. And if you want a bonus every quarter, every 6 months, up it by 10%. So let's say you started off at $100 every quarter, up another 10%. So it would go 120, and then it would go up to 122 until you continue to increase it. And honestly, that makes you want to push your income up as well because eventually you're like, wow, that's a decent chunk, right? You start to feel it. And then that's going to push you to increase your income as well. So that's how you can save money in your 20s. I've said that like 10 times at this point. I'm Nick. Thank you so much for watching. Give the video a thumbs up and be sure to subscribe.